Well, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, the 16th of October, and I'm going to talk again about composting and what it can do for anybody interested in organic gardening. And that the pile that I'm in front of here was basically, 4 months ago, was cut grass, leaves, everything kind of thrown together here and piled up in a row and every day we kind of sweep it back together because the chickens here will go through the rows and everything else and pick out, and actually all of our chickens kind of feed off the compost rows here, and they do that on a daily basis. So every morning one of the first things we do is come back and rake it all together. Today I actually went through and am digging it up and turning it completely here. And in the process, I want to show you a couple things here. As you can see, there's roots coming up into the compost piles, and of course those are finger roots from the banana trees, and I'm standing right next to sitting here right next to a coconut tree. Because the ground is so hard, when you get down a few inches to a foot, it's like a rock here, and clay. The roots spread out along the surface, and we get these finger roots, and what they're doing now is coming up from the bottom into the compost pile because, wow, good food and the nutrients that it needs. But you can also see here, wow, look at this. This is the making of topsoil. 3 to 4 months, and once the rain starts and you can keep it wet. You saw it earlier on in some of my videos when it was all dried out from the drought we're in right now, but it decomposes, and now all the nutrients by all the grass and the leaves and everything else, and the pig dung that's in here decomposes and turns it into, wow, the soil. This will be taken when in my rows, in my garden rows, whether it's up here or down below in the old rice fields and that, when I dig them up after I've planted, I'll take this and put it down the row, and I'm actually adding food to the soil. Like I did with the corn in a previous video here. In planting the corn, I actually first took a shovel and turned the rows. I added this type of compost to it, and then I went through with my digger and pounded up the chunks and everything else to make it fine. And then on top I took some of our really fine topsoil here from the garden rows that I collect in the bin, in the compost bin here, add that on the top, and then I planted the corn again. And as you saw a day or two ago, boy, the new corn coming up really looks really nice and that. So this is kind of the process that I've been going through. And to me, here in the Philippines, with this clay type soil and rock, boy, composting is the way to go, and you can do it year round. So even during the drought time, which we're in the second year of drought here, it will decompose little by little. Sure, the whole pile does kind of dry out all the way down to the ground, but as you can see, as the moisture starts coming back again, yeah. And what happens with the chickens, of course, they keep breaking it up and breaking it down by having the chickens go through the rows here. And actually, it's probably a help in making the compost. And then, of course, every week when we clean the pig pens, all the pig dung goes in the rows too here. And these rows will eventually wind up down in the garden. We finished picking our sweet corn yesterday, gave a bunch away to some of the neighbors here that came up to visit us. And in the process now, we're going to be pulling the corn stalks, chopping them up, feeding them to the pigs, and I'm going to go through and finish the cornfield there and replant more corn, so we'll have a second crop of corn here. With a tropical climate, boy, a 2 to 3 crop year is not uncommon, and especially in the rice, some areas actually get close to a 3 crop year. Mostly around here, it's a two crops per rainy season. But now we're back again to where we were last year with the drought, and boy, I'm telling you, it may be hard pressed to even get one crop from anywhere. Even on the fields by Taliban are the worst I've ever seen them, and the rice is just not there, not growing, too much heat, not enough moisture, and a lot of them, and when you get back up in here, nothing's been planted at all, because it's just a waste of time and money to be able to do that. So I wanted to show you this as I turn these rows here, and I'll have Lando, when he comes in, finish turning all the rows here, and just to kind of pull up the roots a little bit, and get it ready for when we need it down into the garden. So I'm going to say goodbye for now. Should be back again shortly. Until then, everybody have a good day, and God bless you.